My son, my daughter, open your heart at this moment. Feel the divine presence that surrounds you, a mantle of love and protection that never abandons you. If the storms of life seem to drown you, if the burdens weigh on your shoulders, know that you are not alone. There is a greater force, a power that transcends human understanding, ready to lift you up, heal you, and set you free. Believe with unwavering faith that with every word spoken in prayer, every breath of hope cast into the sky, a door opens, a door to deliverance, to peace that surpasses all understanding. No matter how dense the darkness is, nor how strong the opposing winds, the divine light will always find a way to illuminate your being. Let this truth nestle in your soul and renew your strength. God's promise is victory, security, and an abundant life, free from all evil that seeks to imprison you. Do you feel oppressed by circumstances that seem beyond your control? Perhaps the weight of others' envy, the negativity that creeps into your path, or simply the feeling of being trapped in a cycle of difficulties. Life presents us with challenges, moments when faith is tested and hope seems like a fragile thread. But it is precisely in these moments that the strength of prayer reveals itself in its fullness. Imagine an invisible armor, woven with threads of faith and divine love, surrounding your spirit. Every sincere word you speak in prayer is like a shield, repelling negative energies, words filled with malice, and thoughts aimed at bringing you down. Believe in the transformative power of these supplications, in the Creator's ability to intervene in your reality, dissipating the shadows and opening new horizons of peace and prosperity. Let this faith guide you, strengthen you, and lead you away from everything that prevents you from flourishing and being truly free. It is time to raise your voice and cry out for deliverance. Do not let yourself be discouraged by the adversities that arise, nor by the attacks of those who wish you harm. Envy is a subtle poison that tries to erode joy and inner peace, but it has no power over one who strengthens themselves in faith. Imagine that every word of this prayer is a sharp arrow, launched against the armor of negativity and pessimism. With the confidence that God hears every sincere plea, you arm yourself with the certainty of His protection. He is our safe refuge, our unshakable fortress. Therefore, when you feel oppression drawing near, when doubts try to weaken your conviction, turn to this powerful tool. Believe that by opening your heart to receive divine blessings, you will be activating a protective shield, capable of dissipating all evil and reconnecting you with your essence of peace and well-being. The journey to freedom begins with faith in a greater power. The words you speak in prayer are seeds of hope sown in the fertile soil of the universe, sprouting into protection and deliverance. Do not underestimate the impact of a mind and heart turned toward good, seeking divine intervention. When envy and negative thoughts try to settle into your life, visualize a golden and powerful light emanating from you, pushing away every shadow. This light is the manifestation of your faith, amplified by divine grace. Every time you choose to believe in God's power to defend you, you become a channel for His love and protection to flow freely. Believe that this moment of prayer is a ritual of purification and spiritual strengthening, where you reconnect with your inner strength and with the certainty that good always prevails. The divine promise is of a life free from shackles, where peace and serenity reign. Envy and the dense energies trying to approach you have no power to touch you when you are firmly anchored in faith. This prayer is your portal to a state of grace, where divine protection manifests in a concrete way. Visualize each word as a brick, building an impenetrable wall around your being, repelling every energy that is not pure and beneficial. Believe in the Creator's strength to dissipate the clouds of negativity that may darken your path. He is the guardian of your soul, the tireless protector of those who seek His company. By surrendering to this moment of communion, you will strengthen your connection with the divine, allowing healing and liberation to manifest in every area of your life. The strength that resides in you is immense. You just need to awaken it with faith and intention. Amid tribulations, remember that you have a powerful weapon, unwavering faith and sincere prayer. Envy and the evil eye may cast their shadows, but the divine light that emanates from a heart in prayer is capable of dissipating any darkness. Visualize a shining shield, formed by your belief and heavenly strength, surrounding you completely. This spiritual armor is not broken by negative words or malicious thoughts. On the contrary, it grows stronger with every new prayer, every declaration of trust in the higher power. Believe that, by connecting with this protective energy, you are activating a field of strength that repels all unwanted influences, allowing peace, prosperity, and joy to flourish along your path. Your freedom to be and to prosper is a divine right, and this prayer is the key to claim it. When the feeling of oppression sets in, when forces seem to abandon you, it is the exact moment to strengthen your connection with the divine through prayer. Do not allow envy and negative energies to dictate the course of your days. Visualize a river of divine light flowing through you, purifying every cell of your body, every thought in your mind. This current of positive energy is your most effective defense against any evil trying to manifest. Believe that each word of this prayer acts as a trigger, releasing God's transformative power in your life, undoing the bonds of negativity and opening paths to serenity and well-being. Your faith is the fertile ground where divine blessings manifest in abundance, freeing you to live fully. Allow divine truth to penetrate your being and dispel any trace of doubt or fear. Envy, in its various forms, is an energy that tries to feed off your fragility, but finds no space in a heart strengthened by faith. Imagine that you are surrounded by an unbreakable bubble of light, a personal sanctuary where only love and peace can dwell. This protection is a divine gift, activated by your pure intention and your belief in the power of prayer. Believe that by opening yourself to receive this grace, you are becoming invulnerable to negative influences, opening the doors to a life of harmony, health, and prosperity. Your journey to liberation is a continuous act of faith and trust in the divine plan for you. It is time to rise with spiritual authority and declare your independence from all forms of evil. Envy and dense energies have no power over one who firmly chooses to believe in divine protection. Visualize your hands raised as a sign of surrender and gratitude to the Creator, receiving a constant flow of pure and revitalizing energy. This energy strengthens you, protects you, and guides you. Believe that, by aligning with the divine will, you become a beacon of light, radiating peace and positivity to the world around you. Your freedom is an inalienable right, and this prayer is the key that unlocks the chains of negativity, allowing you to live the full and glorious life you were destined for. Trust in the power that resides in you and around you. Prayer, more than just a mere request, reveals itself as a powerful tool of self-defense, a true spiritual shield forged in faith and trust in divine protection. By raising our voices in supplication, we are not just seeking external help, but activating an inner strength that allows us to repel negative influences and establish an impenetrable barrier against the attacks of evil. Firmly believing that we are supported by a greater power, capable of delivering us from all evil, we transform our homes into true sanctuaries of peace and safety. The energy emanating from sincere and fervent prayer creates an atmosphere of serenity and well-being, where fear gives way to trust and restlessness to tranquility. This protective force is not limited to the individual, but radiates, reaching and blessing all those who share that space. Historically, countless accounts of overcoming and miracles attest to the effectiveness of prayer as a shield. People in moments of great distress, facing trials that seemed insurmountable, found in surrendering to prayer the strength to continue and the solution to their dilemmas. Families experiencing constant conflict Homes taken over by discord and despair underwent radical transformation when they united their hearts in prayer. The belief in divine protection, nourished by the constant practice of prayer, unraveled knots of tension, brought understanding and restored harmony, converting the home into a refuge of love and peace. These testimonies are not just stories, but invitations for each of us to experience this transformative power. It is essential to understand that prayer is not a passive act, but a vibrational connection with the divine. By attuning ourselves to the sovereign will, we activate within us a field of strength that repels what does not serve us and attracts what strengthens us. This connection with God's protective force is what grants us resilience in the face of adversity and allows us to navigate life's storms with serenity. With each prayer, we solidify this spiritual shield, becoming more aware of our own inner strength and the constant presence of divine love in our lives. By embracing this practice, we open the doors for peace, security, and healing to manifest in our daily lives, not as exceptions, but as the norm of a faith-guided existence. Now, we lift our gaze and invoke the unshakable strength that flows from a heavenly source, the precious blood of Jesus Christ. May this sanctified, immaculate, and redemptive blood be a living seal drawn around the life and home of each one of us who hears these words. It is an ethereal shield, a mantle of safety that repels every shadow, every threat, every cold breath that evil would dare send. Imagine a thread of crimson light, vibrant and eternal, interweaving in every room, every door, every window, forming an impenetrable barrier of divine love and power. This blood is not just a symbol, it is the very essence of victory, the tangible proof of redemption secured in a supreme sacrifice. The blood of Christ is the alchemy of the soul, a heavenly balm that washes away impurities, purifies the deepest intentions, and restores the integrity of being. It acts as a crystal-clear river, carrying away everything that is impure, desolate, and darkens the spirit. Every drop shed is a promise of renewal, an invitation for divine purity to dwell in us and in our homes, transforming the environment into a sanctuary of peace and serenity. It is the aura that protects the innocent, comforts the afflicted, and confuses the forces of darkness, for they cannot withstand the intensity of the light that emanates from this sacred source. This blood is the banner of victory. It is the remembrance of the moment when the chains were broken, when death was defeated, and when the power of evil was disarmed forever. By invoking its virtue, we activate this victory in our present, declaring that no adverse force has authority over us. It is as though a host of celestial angels, with their swords forged in divine light and wrapped in the power of this blood, stand watch. They form an unbreakable circle of protection, ensuring that only peace, joy, and love can find shelter in our sacred space. As we feel the presence of this blood as a seal, we are reminded of our divine filiation and the unconditional love that surrounds us. It is an injection of hope, a breath of courage that dispels fear and strengthens faith. Every heartbeat in our chest echoes eternal life that has been granted to us, and the certainty that, under this protective mantle, we are safe. The atmosphere thickens with a palpable sense of protection, where every corner of our home radiates a tranquility that is the signature of divine presence. It is the consolidation of our faith in a real shield, visible in our inner peace and felt in our everyday life. We can now breathe more deeply, knowing that this invisible shield surrounds us. We are no longer vulnerable to insidious attacks. Hope is renewed every moment, fed by the certainty that we are guarded by a love more powerful than any darkness. This seal is our fortress, our safe refuge, where the fullness of divine protection manifests, transforming fear into courage and uncertainty into conviction. Feel now the divine covering surrounding your mind, like a mantle of tender and enveloping light. Every thought crossing your interior is gently touched by this celestial presence, purified and strengthened. The seeds of doubt and the clouds of confusion dissipate, making room for the crystal-clear clarity that only divine truth can offer. Your thoughts, once haunted by shadows, now become reflections of infinite wisdom, guided by principles of love, peace, and truth. Anxiety, which once seemed to paralyze you, loses its strength in the face of the certainty of constant vigilance. This spiritual protection is an impenetrable shield against the onslaught of negative thoughts. Imagine a barrier of pure and vibrant energy that repels any suggestion of discouragement, criticism, or fear. Each time a dark thought tries to settle, it will be disintegrated by the strength of the faith and love that surround it. Emotions, once adrift in stormy seas, now find a safe harbor. The sadness that seemed to deepen, the fear that tightened the chest, the anxiety that stole your sleep, these are gently pushed away, replaced by profound and lasting serenity. Inner peace blossoms like a secret garden within you, watered by the certainty of divine presence. There is no place for panic when you know an immeasurable power watches over every breath. Mental clarity becomes your faithful companion, allowing you to navigate life's challenges with discernment and confidence. The problems that once seemed like insurmountable mountains are now seen as steps for growth, illuminated by divine perspective. Remember, you are never alone in any circumstance. Faith is the anchor that keeps you steady, even in the most turbulent seas. Trust in God's constant presence in your life is the foundation upon which your strength is built. This trust is not blind, but a deep and unwavering knowledge that divine love is eternal and His protection is infallible. Believe that with each new dawn, this covering is renewed, renewing your hope and courage as well. You were created to live in fullness, free from the chains of fear and uncertainty. The light that emanates from you now is a reflection of this divine protection, a beacon that lights your way and that of others around you. Stand firm in this certainty, for with every step you will feel the strength and love that guide and sustain you. The divine shield surrounding you is omnipresent, radiating a protective energy that reaches every corner of your existence. In health, it acts as a restorative balm, strengthening your body, mind, and spirit against any illness or weakness. Feel vitality flowing through your veins, clarity in your thoughts, and serenity in your heart, tangible manifestations of this heavenly grace. Faith is the invisible bridge that connects you to this inexhaustible source of well-being, and prayer is the language that expresses your trust and opens the pathways to holistic healing. In finances, the same divine protection manifests as a mighty river of abundance. Resources multiply, doors open to unexpected opportunities, and provision becomes a constant in your life. Scarcity dissipates in the certainty that you are under the care of a generous and faithful provider. Sincere prayer and unwavering trust in His plans unlock pathways to prosperity, transforming challenges into steps toward financial success, and confident intercession opens the channels for the continuous flow of resources. In your relationships, divine light radiates harmony, love, and understanding. Connections deepen and become more meaningful, conflicts dissipate into constructive dialogues, and forgiveness flows freely. The presence of this protection in your life attracts people aligned with your purpose and strengthens existing bonds, creating an environment of peace and mutual acceptance. The faith you cultivate nurtures empathy and the ability to love unconditionally, and prayer seeks unity and understanding in all your interactions. In your professional life, divine protection is a differentiator that will guide you to success and fulfillment. Each task becomes an opportunity to express your gifts and talents. Obstacles transform into learning experiences, and challenges are overcome with wisdom and perseverance. Your dedication, coupled with heavenly guidance, ensures that your efforts are rewarded and that you achieve your goals with excellence and integrity. Prayer for discernment and wisdom opens the channels for the best decisions, and faith in your potential drives your ability to innovate and thrive in your career. Your faith is the magnet that attracts blessings, and prayer is the key that unlocks doors to fulfillment in all these areas, driving away the shadows of doubt and discouragement. May all evil forces that dare cast their shadows upon this home be repelled now. In the name of light and justice, we declare with the authority granted by the faith that dwells in us, the expulsion of any and all entities or influences that seek to steal peace, sow discord, or sadden hearts. There is no place for evil in this sacred sanctuary, this refuge of love and unity. May the negative spiritual chains that try to imprison and oppress be undone, shattered by the unshakable strength of prayer. Every bond of negativity, every subtle or overt influence is dissolved and annihilated by the divine light emanating from this environment. Prayer is a powerful weapon, an impenetrable shield against the enemy's attacks. Through it, we access a power that transcends the visible, a force that operates in the spiritual realms to disarm deceptions, expose snares, and break curses. When we raise our voices in sincere supplication, when we pour out our hearts before the Creator, we open channels for truth and purity to purify the air, dispel darkness, and restore divine order. The afflictions weighing upon us, the oppressions that try to suffocate joy, are confronted and overcome by the certainty that we are not alone. Faith, nourished by prayer, cloaks us in an armor of light, making us invulnerable to the enemy's schemes. We declare, with conviction and firmness, complete victory over all forms of spiritual and emotional oppression. The enemy has been stripped of its power over this home. The doors that once allowed disturbance to enter are now hermetically sealed, locked by the power of the Word and the authority of the name that subjugates all. May harmony be restored in every room, in every relationship, in every thought. May the peace that surpasses all understanding flood this space, driving away any trace of fear, anxiety, or despair. True tranquility, genuine joy, and the love that unites all will prevail, grounded in an unshakable spiritual foundation. Complete restoration is our inheritance, won through sacrifice and guaranteed by intercession. May this home be a beacon of light, a living testimony of the transformative power of faith and prayer. May the divine presence be palpable in every moment, guiding, protecting, and blessing each individual. The peace that now settles is lasting, deep, and transformative, a harbinger of even more glorious days. The battle was fought in the higher realms, and here, in this space, we celebrate victory, the triumph of good over evil, of light over darkness, of love over hatred. In this sanctuary of peace and gratitude, we now invoke the heavenly hosts, the angels of God, to let their radiant presence surround this home and all its loved ones. May these divine messengers, with their wings of light and hearts overflowing with love, become tireless sentinels, guarding every corner, every door, every window. May their celestial fiery swords drive away every shadow of fear, every influence that could disturb the serenity now flourishing here. You are the divine protectors, the guardians of souls sent to assist and defend God's children on their earthly journey. God's angels act as living links between the divine and the human, bringing messages of hope, comfort, and wisdom directly from the source of all goodness. They are not mere observers, they are spiritual warriors of immeasurable power, who tirelessly fight in invisible realms to protect those who seek the light. Their strength lies in the purity of their intentions and in the authority they receive from the Most High. Against them, no force of darkness can prevail. They raise shields of faith and love around the families that surrender to divine protection, ensuring that no threat, however subtle, can infiltrate and cause harm. Let the awareness of this angelic protection flood your hearts with a deep sense of security. Know that you are not alone on this journey. At every moment, an army of light is at the ready to intervene, to guide your steps, to comfort in times of distress, and to celebrate your joys. This presence is a constant reminder of the unconditional love that surrounds you, a love that manifests through these celestial beings. With every gentle breeze, with every ray of sunshine that bathes this place, you can feel the protective caress of your winged guardians. May the belief in angelic protection grow stronger in each of you, becoming an impregnable shield against adversity. Visualize the golden and celestial blue light of the angels forming an impenetrable wall around this home and its inhabitants. They are the faithful guardians who hear every whispered prayer, every silent plea, and respond with acts of grace and divine intervention. May the peace that emanates from this certainty be a balm for your souls, renewing your strength and reaffirming hope with each new dawn. The victory achieved is proof of the power of good, and the angels are your most faithful allies in this perpetuation of light and love. May all shadows of fear that may have settled in your heart now be dissipated. May any trace of guilt, the bitterness of shame, or the weight of condemnation dissolve like mist under the morning sun. You are free. The storm has passed, and the calm that settles in your spirit is a reflection of the deepest truth. You are loved, unconditionally loved. This love, which does not judge or demand, is the primordial force that can heal the deepest wounds of the soul. Every emotional scar, every silent pain that haunts you, finds in your essence a powerful and transformative balm. By allowing yourself to embrace this love, you allow healing to begin, rebuilding what was broken, restoring the integrity of your being. God's unconditional love is a mighty river that washes away the wounds and prejudices that have accumulated over time. It makes no distinctions. It does not choose recipients. It simply is, and in its fullness, it has the power to dissolve the chains of the past. This divine acceptance is the key to true inner liberation. When you understand that you do not need to prove your worth, that your worth is intrinsic and supported by a love that never fails, self-esteem flourishes. Shame loses its power, guilt becomes a distant echo, and condemnation dissolves into absolution. It is an invitation to see yourself as you truly are, worthy, valuable, and completely forgiven. Forgiveness, in its purest form, is an act of liberation, both for the one who forgives and for the one who is forgiven. It is the act of releasing the bonds that tie us to painful experiences, allowing the spirit to soar. By accepting the forgiveness offered to you, you free yourself from the yoke of error, from the fragility of failure. The past is no longer a burden to carry, but a lesson learned, a step on the ladder of your journey. Every step forward is an act of hope, a blank canvas where you can paint a future filled with vibrant colors, genuine smiles, and a joy that emanates from the renewed soul. The liberation that unfolds now is the promise of a new dawn for your spirit. The chains that bound you have been broken, not by your individual strength, but by the infinite goodness that has always been present, waiting for the right moment to manifest in your life. Allow the inner peace that comes with this understanding to flood you. Let the certainty of the love surrounding you guide you. This is the moment to embrace lightness, to feel the breeze of hope on your face, and to walk toward a future where light prevails and joy is your constant companion. May your journey now be marked by serenity and the certainty that you are a loved being, eternally embraced. May the peace that emanates from this understanding anchor deeply within your being, filling every space with the unshakable certainty of the love that surrounds you. Feel now the revitalizing breath of hope caressing your face, driving your steps toward a tomorrow where light will be your beacon and joy your most faithful ally. May this journey henceforth be a testimony of serenity, a secure walk in the conviction that you are loved and eternally supported. And so, With hearts overflowing with faith and gratitude, we invite you to persist in prayer. May the search for divine presence in your life become a daily habit, an inexhaustible source of strength and direction. Share this message of hope and protection with those you love, allowing the divine light to spread, touching other lives with the same promise of support and love. May the blessing of the Most High rest upon you, and may the certainty of His constant presence comfort you. He is always attentive, always ready to hear and respond to the sincere prayers of His children at all times. His word is our rock, and His grace our refuge. So be it.